Right, anyway, this is what I'm up to now. Got this bit of carpet. I've just hoovered that up. This big bit. We're going to set. Oh, we're going to just measure. Gonna have to move that sofa bed, I think. See what we do. Bang that there. What we need to do is go from there. In fact, it'd be easier if I go there. Oop. Keep going to about there, I reckon. Now, which is a straight edge on that? Probably the other way. Try. Tell you what. This is awkward. That's the way to go. Yeah, you know that fits perfect there on. I need that tape. No, I don't. But obviously, I'm going to have to move that to get that flush. Which means moving all that. Get rid of this fucking Uber for a minute. Ah, fuck off. Oh, what I've got to do here though is just lift that up. Just pull that out a bit. Anyway, that'll all go down there nice and sweet one side, and it goes perfect up to the edge. Yeah. I'm going to have a sit down, have a smoke and a nice cold drink before I stick that bit down. And that'll basically take me from the edge of them mats that I've laid there. That'll come all along here. And then I'll have to move that out of the way, put another bit along there. I've just got one more bit to do. And also what we're going to be doing is getting the two-tone out. Yeah, boom. Going to watch the boxing tonight. I think my social worker's going to have a heart attack. He nearly did when I said I was laying the carpets. Yeah, so that's all done. That's carpeted. That bit's going to go in there in a minute. Got to move that then. I've got some more carpet like that. And it's all like brand new, so it's fairly thick and everything. So it's all good. I've got to sort out the power supply to my tent. I think I've blown a fuse and going to be watching the boxing tonight. Boom, down in there. More rain coming in. That's perfect how that's worked out. Where's me? I was going to tack it down, like carpet tacks, but these, like what I've done here, them ones, I'll use this, which is pretty good, everybody. I can recommend this. All I'm going to do is just a little bit of it. What I'm going to have to fucking do though is move that and that sofa bed out of the way now, so I can get that bit in there square. So we'll go. It's actually quite crazy that I'm just about to, well, it won't be long. Oh, also, people was talking about rave flyers, and obviously I was part of all that business when I was a young'un, and I thought I'd put some flyers up as well. Check these out. Perception, 1991. And then we got Perception again, the Summer Celebration, we've got Dream Zone. And my favourite ones are over here, which I used to go to with my pals from the Adlo, and which is these ones. My friend Damien, Michael, Gary, loads of us. Seduction at the Margate. And this one was at the Angel Centre when they used to have raves there. In fact, I went to all them raves at the Angel Centre. Dance 89, Dance 90 and all that. Yeah. And I've got a couple more, well, I've got a lot of flyers to go up. And we still got to sort the singles out. But once I get the carpets down, we can start sorting it right out then. You know, I've sorted it out really. All this stuff in here is just really going to stay in here apart from the tools and that. Check all them out. Got everything in there from old school, acid, hip hop, Motown, fucking everything is in that lot there. Don't ask me how many's there, hundreds are there. I'll tell you what, we got all in them bags there, all two-tone. So like I said, we'll stash the ones I don't play under there. My two-tone, my Techniques cabinet's going to come up here in a bit, once I've stuck that carpet down. And then all my two-tones going in there, obviously because I'm a two-tone channel. We've got records and that up here, look. Too Much Too Young, Rankin Roger, The Clash, Selector, Gangsters, fucking, all look, oh, got loads more though, all look sort of grabbable. The ones I sort of gravitate to the most. And to be honest with you, obviously I'm not knock myself out stupid with that speaker over there, but under here, I'll tell you what, you don't want to bang your head on that. I've also got a light to stick under there, which is this one, which I made the other night. Check this out. The actual wiring and the switch on it is off an old electric blanket. Check. Oh shit, you know, but I'm quite clever. Well, my dad was quite clever, shall I say, and I just learnt off him. Anyway, what we'll do is I'll plug this in, turn it on, check that out. You've got this, look, see that there? How mad's that? Electric blanket. But what we're going to do with that, we're going to stick that under there so we can sort of see the records. We've got a bit of light. I'm also going to be doing some live sort of mixing and that, and some live sets. So I'm going to put the camera up on this little bracket that I've got here. So we're right by the decks, and sort of the camera will be facing me, if you get me. And we're going to be having that Techniques, and we're going to be having that Techniques. Now I might show you this JVC as well, because my mate Kev, God bless him, give me that, and it's a good bit of kit, that JVC one. Yeah, that's the plan. Yeah. I'll tell you what though, fucking, excuse my English, I blame my dad. Lifting all them records up, I tell you. Heavy work, that is. Crazy. Imagine if I come up the road on my live one night, like I go out for walks, and the house was on fire. You imagine that? And I had to burst in and grab me valuables. What are you grabbing now? Do you know what I mean? I'm grabbing my mum's vinyl. I'm grabbing my mum's record covers. And then I'm grabbing a two-tone. But I've got to put my mum's records first, really. But then again, I might come round the corner and the house is burning like a good one. And all you can smell is burning vinyl. That'd be quite sad. That'd be a lot of money gone up in flames. Not that we've nearly burnt the house down before. The only time we had a fire was in about 1976. My mum was watching Little House on the Prairie with my sisters, and my mum caught the chip pan alight, and all the girls and my mum was all panicking. Luckily, my dad was coming up the road, who put it out. But yeah, that's the only fire we've had. Saying that, I did flare, like when you're young, you get like matches and flare the box up, or I did, and I'm not a pyromaniac or whatever the word is. I was basically in my sister's room by her curtains, and I flared a box up, and it caught her neck curtain alight. But yeah, it's all good. And when my dad was here, and I was looking after him, basically I had the fire brigade come round every year, and I had to show them how to get my dad out the house, like being his carer and that. Luckily it was all good. Didn't have to. And the fireman said the way you were going was the correct way, which was straight out the window. And obviously, to break my dad's fall, you can throw things out of the window. If you've got time, do you know what I mean? It comes down to it, you got to push your old man out the window. You're pushing him out. But saying that, my dad collapsed quite a few times, and I sort of got in the way, and he sort of bounced down on me. Yeah, that was quite a good cushion, I guess. But luckily, he's got a son that's physically fit and was able to do it, because I can't say the same for my siblings. Some more rain coming in later. I've got to put a picture of my dad up in the studio room, because I've got loads of my mum. Oh, this is me at Adlow Boxing Club, and my dad. How about this? That's Hadlow Boxing Club in the 70s, and I'll show you who I am. I'm that little lad there. There's lots of Hadlow people in this. Ivan, bless him. That Ives taller than me. There's my dad. Yeah. He's really good. I had a fight with Graham. He's quite an hard kid, he was. I still get on with him now. But he had a car accident, and his mum died. And he was like, what's the right word I'm looking for? Like mentally impaired a little bit. He still knew what was what. And I still see him now. And he says, do you remember when I'll fucking give you a good smash for you? I said, yeah, I fucking do. Fucking, they owned a farm. Yeah, my mate Graham, lucky to be here. But my dad said the best boxer out of all of them is the coloured kid there, who lived up Court Lane. There's my cousin Andrew. I've got uncle in there and auntie, cousins. Jimmy Fay. Crazy, eh? Memories. There's my mum and Cliff. That looked nice in the studio room. There's one of my dad, look. Sitting in his chair smoking a roll up. Yeah, that'd do. The old man sitting there smoking a roll up. I've really got to put that up there as well. I really like that picture there, my mum, with Cliff and that. So I'm going to put that one up there as well. I could really do with turning the frame black, but yeah. As it's a music room. Was my dad musical? Don't think he could play anything. Your mum was like a proper trained singer and a trained pianist. Classically trained. I smell beer. I don't even drink beer. You know I'm going to have to turn that frame black because that was a good move. Oh, that was a good move actually, I think. Doing all them frames black took me ages. But it certainly looks better. Record my mum made. In fact, that one went to #1. How about that? My mum's on lots of records. The first time like Cliff Richard was ever on telly, my mum was doing his backing vocals. Same as Marty Wilde, the same as Billy Fury. Yeah, quite mad really. My dad said he was a submarine instructor. My dad said he was on quite good money being in the submarines in the 50s. But my dad said what he earned in a month, my mum could go to London, do her TV shows and that, and live performances, and earn what my dad earned in a week, which is quite mad. Yeah. Yeah, I've spoken to Kim Wilde, Marty Wilde's daughter, and Sam Brown, Joe Brown's daughter, because Joe Brown's wife was in the same group as my mum, and Kim Wilde's mum was in the same group as my mum. But they all sort of married the other people in the show. Obviously, my mum didn't fancy a bit of them. She fancied a bit of my dad, which is ironic, really, because my mum's father, my grandfather, he's got more submarine medals than I've had hot meals. So my mum sort of went for a Submariner. I said to my dad, probably kind of knew what she was getting. But my dad said all the girls loved a sailor in a uniform. But yeah. Submarine man, eh? In fact, I've got in here that I've got when my mum and dad got married, my mum sort of left the TV and that, my dad left the Navy, and my mum bought me dad this jacket, which has got gold on it. I'll show you. My dad left for me. See that there, look? A blazer. In fact, it fits me rather well. And that says on there they come unseen, which is the submarine service is the motto. But all that is all gold. And that would date from 1960. Bit of history for you. Obviously, I've got to pass that down to someone at some point. I might just put that in my wheel. Crazy, eh? My dad basically joined the Royal Navy when he was 15. But he said if he didn't join when he was 15, they would have got him for national service at 17. And what they used to do, if they caught you for national service, you'd go straight in the army. And my dad said he didn't fancy marching about because my granddad was in the army. So my dad said he'd go for the Navy. Not that he went for submarines. He was picked out. In the submarines, they pick people that are quite mentally strong and sort of characters who can handle it underwater. Obviously, there's a lot more pressure underwater. And yeah, they picked my dad out, called him in the office and said, "You're off to submarine school." And that was my dad. Before that, he was on a destroyer, all sorts of things. Plus, he was a really, really good swimmer. What they do when you're training to be a submariner, they put you in a big tank. There's a button at the bottom of the tank, and they throw you in. You've got to swim right to the bottom, press the button, which opens the top of the tank. And my dad said people just, you know what I mean, gulping in water. And they'd leave you till you were like that, till you were half drowning, and then the instructors would dive in and get you out and sort you out. But my dad, he said he was like a fish, straight down the bottom. Yeah. My sort of dad grew up swimming in the rivers. So. Yeah, I can just imagine running out of air and you're not at the bottom, pressing the button. But yeah. Crazy, eh? My dad spent a lot of time spying on the Russians. Bit of history for you, a bit of family history. What else is there? Not a lot, really. Got my dad who was from this village, and my mum who was from Bootle in Liverpool. My granddad was born in Crosby. How about that? And he got blew out of his submarine and washed up on a beach and found by a Chinaman. And he went to military hospital till he got better. Then he went back to join his mates in the submarine. Yeah. That must have been quite scary. My dad said a lot of people, you get like escape apparatus in a submarine, but you know what I mean, you not many people get out of a submarine, and my granddad got out. I'll get his war record out and show you one day. You see the amount of medals he's got. Every clasp you can think of. And I said to my dad, how come he's got so many medals, like all around the world in all the campaigns? My dad said, with the submarines, where the Germans was that active with their U-boats and sinking fucking everything that was moving, the submariners back in my granddad's day, I'd have one battle, win that, and then straight into another one, and that's sort of how that occurred. I'm no military expert, but I know about submarines in the First World War. Because my other granddad, he was on horseback. He was a lancer in the First World War, a big lance, and he lied to get to the First World War about his age. But I never met him because the Germans let off a bit of gas, which they even blew back and done their own people in. But my granddad got a few gasps of the gas, and my dad said, what was it, 1950 something? My granddad passed away, 59. My dad said he got called in to the place at Portsmouth. They said, you better go home, your father's sort of dying. So I never met my granddad. Saying that, I do look like him a bit. Crazy, eh? Never met any of me real granddads. But both me grands. In fact, I was my granny's favourite. Probably because I'm the youngest out of all. My sort of dad's got like 5 brothers and 2 sisters. You know, I mean, we got a lot of cousins and a big family. But I'm the youngest. All my cousins are older than me. Yeah, I used to go down my old granny, sit there, waffle away. Now I've seen pictures of my granddad, I can see why I was the sort of granny's favourite, because I kind of look like him. And obviously, I sort of grew up with a who gives a shit attitude, which I've still got now. My dad was kind of the same. That's the ADHD I've learned now. My granddad probably had that as well, because it all comes from your father's side, hereditary. Anyway, it's enough history. Yeah, that's that. I think once upon a time there was 5 kids in here, and my mum and dad. Very noisy in here it was. Me and my 2 brothers in here in the studio room. Saying that, one of my brothers, Tim, had to go and stay with me gran because my other brother Mark, they kept fighting. But it's all good. Yeah, mad, eh? No, it's just me. I don't know. I'm going to have a nice cup of my favourite tea, which I got today, the Thai Fu Instant. It's really nice. Yeah, quite mad really when I think back. It's always been a musical room though, yeah, really. My brother Mark, he was in sort of, they're all older than me, he was in sort of Tube by Army, Gary Newman, that kind of sound. He had a big keyboard over here. It's him that got me into the CBs. Yeah. And everyone flew away, It was just me and my dad. And he said, what are you going to do then, boy? And I said, well, I'm going to sit here till you're gone. And then I'm either going to swap this place for a nice little bungalow around the back lanes, or I'm going to sit here and annoy the housing and play my records. So I've done precisely one of the options I said I was going to do. I'm lucky, really. Well, yeah, I suppose I am succeeding in sort of my mum and dad's tenancy. Thinking I've never been anywhere, do you know what I mean? I've just been here. Then again, I sort of connected with my old man, do you know what I mean? None of the other kids really connected with him like I did. I think I was the first one that gave him a bit of shit and told him what was what. But I was always honest with him when I used to go out to the raves and that. He knew what I was up to and that, but he knew I was with all my pals and that, so it was all good. But I used to tell him what I was up to. I was going to do it anyway. Yeah. Many a good time. I remember coming in from raves, my dad sitting over there. What was the party like then, boy? And I was just telling him all about it. And there wasn't no beer. There was like 10,000 people and there weren't any fighting. Everyone's on drugs. Yeah. What did I do with that cup then? In fact, the raves today are shit in comparison, really. The best ones were the illegal ones when it was all sort of proper illegal. I suppose it was more exciting kind of thing then. Keep an eye out for the rain. There's the, what am I looking for exactly? My favourite cup. Whatever that is. Walk around now. I'm starting to be able to walk around. Got to keep an eye on the time. That boxing won't be till late. Going to watch the boxing later on a pirate stream, I think. Must be up there. Oh, gonna fire up my alcohol burners as well later. Got some fuel for it. Uh-oh. I've been on here 38 minutes, 32 minutes. Get my Stanley knife, I think, to might have to cut a little bit off of that, I don't know yet. Let's unbag a bag of 2-tone. Why not? We're nearly there, aren't we? Right, boom. I'll tell you what, we'll just grab a random bag, shall we? Should we grab that one? Right, let's have a look. See what we got in the bag, shall we? Right. First out is Coventry Automatics. In fact, we can put all the specials and that together. Coventry Automatics. The specials, Encore. Ghost Town, brand new copy, unplayed. Specials, best of specials. Specials protest songs. More specials, the anniversary copy. The one by the Selector there, look. Celebrate the Bullet, Selector. Too Much Pressure, Selector. Live Injection, Selector. Too Much Pressure, the 40th anniversary copy. And 40th anniversary record store live in Coventry, the Selector. And I'll tell you what, we'll do one more bag, shall we, after this? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put them in sort of group order, and then we're going to go through them later on again, and I'll actually put them in order on how they sort of came out, if you get me. What we got here? 2 more by the specials. We've got 2 copies. We've got special singles, an original press, and the re-release. I'll tell you what, we'll have this one. Right. Bad Manners, Walking in the Sunshine, 12-inch. Rico. Rico can go there. Oh, Dance Craze, look, an original copy. That can go there. In the Studio, the special AKA. That's the first press. Madness. We're starting to get some Madness out. Madness One Step Beyond, red vinyl. Now we're getting some Beat out now. Probably going to end up doing all these tonight at some point. Right, we've got the Beat. I just can't stop it. 2 Beat 12 inches. Another copy of I Just Can't Stop It. Expanded copy. Another first press. 12 inch. And a pink copy. That'll do for the meantime. Yeah. Anyway, I'll be back in about half an hour.